Hey, fellow runners, welcome to another iDaph Events podcast. I'm Stephanie Buss, and I'm here with race director Daphne Kirkwood.
Hey there.
And we also have another iDaph team member with us today, the lovely Allison Capps, who assists us with our graphic design, marketing, social media, and so much more.
Hey, it's good to be here.
So today we have lots to talk about. We are going to talk about the upcoming inaugural Ugly Sweater Run, so our runners know what to expect on race day at the Riveter on Saturday, December 5th. There are rolling starts from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m., so runners can sleep in, let it warm up a little bit, and then show up to run any time between those hours. And we definitely need Allison for this podcast because she is the creative power behind the Ugly Sweater event. And she has designed the awesome logo, which is behind me, but I'm not sure you can see it. The finisher medal and the t-shirts, which are really, really cute. Allison, would you say you're a fan of the holidays?
Oh yeah, I love the holidays. I have been waiting to put up my tree, and I think I'm gonna give in this weekend.
Wow.
Wow.
I love the holidays. I sat down to design the logo and got my peppermint tea out and listened to Christmas music. So yes, big fan of Christmas and all the Christmas cheer.
Nice. And Daphne, I think you're a huge fan of Christmas and the holidays as well, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm a huge fan, but I think that this year especially that it's important for us to create some fun and exciting and safe happenings for our community around the holidays. So I have gotten into the spirit, I would say earlier than normal, although I'm not putting my Christmas tree up until after Thanksgiving.
Come on.
No, I will not give in to that. But it's been really fun for me. I've enjoyed piecing together the ugly sweater outfit that I'm going to wear for the race. So I hope that you guys have been looking and seeing what you want to do too. But I've got my ugly sweater on if you're watching on YouTube. I have my ugly sweater beanie that lights up. It's the one that the challenge participants are going to get, and Stephanie and Allison have those on today. And then I also splurged and I got a pair of Brooks ugly sweater running shoes. Man, I've totally gone overboard, you guys.
Nice.
It's so fun.
Well, I'm wearing the hat, and I even put on little, what are these called? Oh, Christmas ornaments, earrings.
Nice.
So I'll be wearing those to the race too. I know, I didn't even know I had these. Aren't you proud of me?
Yeah. You're getting in the spirit, Scrooge. I mean, Stephanie.
I deserve that.
Yeah, and I've got the hat. I've got Christmas tree earrings, socks, the whole 9 yards. So I gotta go get a sweater. I need to go find a good sweater. Maybe Goodwill. I need to hit up Goodwill.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so speaking of holiday runs, let's take a quick break to hear from Allison about another upcoming annual event that you don't want to miss. We know the Ugly Sweater Run is going to be a lot of fun for us all and for our runners. Let's talk about the Riveter. What a cool place.
Yes, it's so cool. And we had a site visit there as a team a few weeks ago. And I've been there for a few activities and happenings, and of course, multiple times to run and figure out the run course. And I just love the energy and excitement when I go there. There's so much to do, and it's just so cool. It's brand new, and it's just like an adult playground, but kids are welcome there too.
Yeah, that was the first time I went a couple of weeks ago for our site meeting, and I was so impressed what they offer. The climbing wall is enormous, and the mountain bike park is really, really cool with all those jumps and rolling. Yeah, I'd probably kill myself, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, and I love that, like, it's not just like a gym where you go and you work out and then you leave. It like has the cool like hangout bar area in it, and then like you said, Daphne, the kids can come. They have a special climbing wall just for the kids, and then so that you don't feel like your kid's going to get overrun by a professional adult. So that I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat. And it's located pretty central to the South Asheville, Fletcher area. It's really close to the airport. And there's directions on our website, or you can just Google Riveter and see exactly how to get there. But it's off Highway 280. And, it's just a really cool spot. It's by Sierra Nevada, if you've ever been over there. And I've done a yoga class there, which was huge. It was before the pandemic started, right when they were doing their grand opening, and it was in the climbing gym area. And ladies, you know how big that area is. It was just wall to wall, floor to floor, I should say, floor to floor with mats and people doing yoga. There was a DJ in there spinning records,
Oh,
and
fun.
it was just so much fun. Great energy, great vibe. And every time I go there, I feel that. So it's fun.
That's awesome. Is there going to be yoga on the day of the Ugly Sweater Run?
Yes, actually there is. I believe the class is going to start at noon with Jesse. You can sign up for it by going to the Riveter website for the class. And I know that they're going to have limited spots due to the pandemic. So if you want to participate in that, definitely hop on that.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great. All right, so let's talk about the race. So obviously we're still in a pandemic and have been designing and producing safe in-person races for our community since June. And at those races, we've done some really interesting and creative things to make sure that participants are safe and our staff and volunteers. Can we talk about some of those things?
Yeah, well, we have definitely adapted our old races that were existing and then our new events that we started producing this year, so that we can bring them to our community in a safe way. And so, for this race, it's no different. We will be requiring that face coverings are worn before and after folks run. Also, anytime you're indoors at the Riveter, they are required. So, have that in your pocket when you're not running. Also, when you arrive, if you'll just stay in your car or near your car until you're ready to run, instead of just hanging out at the start line. We're just not doing that for these events. That's why it's a rolling start. So stick close to your car till you're ready to go. Keep social distance from folks. We're outside, which is a huge benefit. All the statistics say that being outdoors really helps. And so we still want to be mindful and 6 feet away from other people. So, even when you're standing in line, if there is a line to get your race number, stand 6 feet away from people. If you're waiting to go to the bathroom, just, stand away from folks. This isn't new. We've been dealing with this now for 8 months. So hopefully everybody's, figured that out, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. Also, one of the things I've seen at some of these rolling start events is that folks will come to the start line and then they'll, try to get all their stuff ready on themselves before they start. So they'll tie their shoes, they'll, have their watch find the GPS. And that takes a couple minutes on some different watches and devices. They'll try to find their music. I would suggest before you even get to the start line that you do all those things so that literally when you come to the start line, you're running across the start, ready to go. And the chip that's on your bib is going to start the race for you. So, you don't want to stand near the start line and just be hanging out without going, because that is a powerful computer machine. So it will pick up your time if you're just standing there. So definitely want to watch for that. Also, temperatures will be checked by PT Solutions before you start the race. So, if you're feeling feverish or you feel like you have COVID symptoms, please don't come. Please, just there will be other opportunities for you to race. And we have a virtual option for this event that you can transfer into. We do have a more relaxed transfer and deferral options for race entries. So even before you get there, if you're feeling sick, stay home, defer your entry, or do the virtual race. And those are just some of the things that we have implemented. You can go to our website too, in our blog, and we have a whole list of things. Volunteer staff will all have face coverings on too, for example, but there's other things as well. And so, yeah, I think now more than ever, going into the cold and flu season, we're going to be even more mindful at this next event as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I noticed going along with, the people getting their things ready and stuff like that. Start line. This summer we had several awesome, great, safe races. And what's nice about them is you kind of do them on your own time and everything. But what's not as nice about them is that you can't rely on the person in front of you to be going in the same path. So just make sure that your headphones are turned down enough that you can hear our volunteers and that you're more aware of the course. Take a look at the course map, pay attention to the signs. You can't just zone out and run just wherever your heart desires on these kind of self-paced races where they're rolling starts, because you may run into a runner who is not going the same course or may not be even running the race out there. I think this one we're pretty safe on, but we definitely need to be more aware of the course. But along those lines, are headphones going to be allowed on this course?
Yeah, I love listening to music when I run, so I don't want to tell people you cannot have headphones on. I think that as long as they're low volume, it's okay. But again, like you said, Allison, you've got to stay aware of what's happening around you. And sometimes when you have your music on, it sort of makes you zone out, and I'm totally guilty of that, but you do have to pay attention to the signs. There's not going to be a ton of volunteers out there, but if there are volunteers and they're yelling something or saying something to you and you're zoned out, it's really on you to know the course and know where you're going. And so those people are there to help you. So definitely have the music volume on low if you're wearing your headphones. Also, the thing to mention is that this course is on roads that are open to vehicular traffic. So it's not a greenway, it's not a path, it's actually open to cars. It's a rural country road and farm road, so I don't expect a lot of traffic. But if your music's so loud, you really are not going to hear the cars if they're behind you or in front of you. And so again, keep that music low or just leave it at home for this event.
Yes, very important. So let's talk about pre-event packet pickup for this race. So the packet pickup is the day of the race, correct?
Yeah, we had an option for folks to have the race number and t-shirt mailed to them. If people did not opt for that option, then they need to pick up their packet on race day, about 30 minutes before they want to do their run. They can pick those up right in front of the Riveter entrance to go inside. So we'll have a tent outside and folks can get those. And again, the event is a rolling start, so runners can start the race anytime between the hours of 9 to 11. So they don't need to get there, at 8 o'clock to get their stuff to start at 9. Really, there's a lot of time and space there for folks to show up and get their things. Also, the race is capped at 150 participants, and that's to help keep folks socially distanced and separated from start to finish as much as possible.
Okay, so you're saying, so folks don't show up just at 9 a.m. to run, right?
Right. So
Okay.
here's the deal. So the race has rolling starts from 9 until 11. So somebody can show up at 10:59 if they want to and start their race, which is really, really cool. The people who are doing the challenge, that is the people who are doing both the 5K and the 10K, they really probably need to start closer to 9:15 at the latest, because the course cutoff is at noon, and I'm not sure how fast or slow those people are. I think there's about 25 of them, But those folks do need to make sure that they're there early enough to start, so that they can get in before the course cutoff. The activities at the Riveter that are happening, in conjunction with this event, the climbing gym, the bike park, yoga, all of those things start at noon. And massages, they'll start at 11, they'll go till 2. The beer service starts at 11. So really, unless you're a competitive runner wanting a fast time, or an early morning runner that just likes to get the run done for the day super early, or a challenge runner, then you don't have to get there, and start right at 9. There's really 2 hours for you to show up, get your stuff at bid pickup, and then go for a run. And this style, as you guys know, is much more laid back and does not have the same amount of pressure that a mass start race does. And it actually feels really good. I like it. So.
Yeah, I agree. Much less stressful. All right, so that makes sense. So when folks come to the Riveter, what's the best way for them to arrive, and then where do they park?
Yeah, so there's multiple ways to get into the Riveter. And I would suggest, just for congestion sake and to not be on the roads that the runners you will be running on, that folks all come in off of Highway 280. That's the road that the Asheville Airport is on, coming from Asheville or from Brevard, and you'll turn onto Ferncliff Park Drive, depending on which direction you're coming. You're going to make your way to a roundabout. You go around the roundabout and you'll see the sign for the Riveter, which is on Old Fanning Bridge Road. We'll also have a hub map that's on the pre-event details email that Stephanie will send out, as well as on our blog and our website, so you can take a look at that. But if you'll come in that way and go out that way, it will really help with the congestion that the runners are going to be on doing the race. And when you arrive, you're going to actually go past the main entrance and exit to the Riveter. There's a parking lot on the left, just right after the Riveter entrance. And that's where you'll park. And depending on when you arrive, you might be asked to pause or wait for a minute to head into the parking, since folks may be starting or finishing their race when you arrive. And there's some overlap in that area and congestion. So I would suggest that you drive really slow when you're coming, and when you're leaving, watch for other runners out there. And in the parking lot, it is a gravel lot beside the Riveter, like I said, and there's a little exit on the side of the parking lot so that you can come through the Riveter from the side of the parking lot without having to walk on the road. It is a gravel and a grass parking lot as well. And most people will be probably looking for restrooms when they arrive. Those are inside the Riveter. There's also a changing room in there. If you want to change after, there's showers as well. So yeah.
So convenient. Okay, so you can use the restroom if you need, and then head over to check in at the blue iDaph tent. And that's where Eric is, to pick up your race bib and goodie bag. And then
yeah, so you're going to want to pin that race number on the front of your ugly sweater that you're wearing, right? Because everybody's going to be in theme.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Or your ugly sweater t-shirt that you got, or the front of your pants, wherever we can clearly see it so it's not covered up. We need to be able to see that when you start and finish the race. And if you are doing the 10K and the 15K, we'll want to see it when you're doing your laps as well. And then you can head over to the start line. PT Solutions will be there, and they're going to check your temperature before you run, and then you can start your race.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about the run itself. Can you describe the race course a little bit, and can people run the course before the race to test it out?
Yeah, so let's see. No mass start for this one, like we've been talking about. It's the rolling start. It's a really unique course. It's a 5K loop lap style course. And this multi-lap race is really gaining in popularity over the last couple years. And we're excited to be able to offer this type of event so that distance runners, folks who like to run longer than 5K, usually 10K or longer, they're able to do multiple laps on the same course. It's also very spectator friendly to have a course like this.
Mhm.
And it allows folks to see each other out on the course when they're running, since it is a rolling start race. So, the energy of running alongside or beside or in front of where you're passing people, seeing them out there racing with their race number on is so invigorating when you're racing.
Yeah.
So it's fun. The terrain is flat with a couple hills. We are in the mountains of Western North Carolina.
Oh, the hills.
I know, but it makes it interesting. If it's flat,
Mhm.
it's just boring.
I agree.
So yeah, it's there's one stinker hill. I like to have a little stinker hill on most courses, if you know me. But this one's beautiful. In fact, a friend who was running with me checking out the course said it reminded her of running out at Biltmore Estate on some of those gravel and farm roads, because it's working farm roads that are owned by the North Carolina State University, and it's private property. And so there's things growing out there, plants and herbs and so forth. And so it's really pretty. But there's a good mix of the dirt farm roads and paved roads as well. Because we are on private property, Stephanie, you are not able to go out and pre-race train out there. We actually have special permission for this event, and we want to be able to do it for years to come. So, it's one of those things you get to see it on race day for the first time. And I have done a course preview video. So
Mhm.
if you're really curious and want to see what it looks like, you can go to YouTube and search Ugly Sweater Run course preview, and you can check it all out.
Okay, so let's talk about water stations. Now you said we're on private property and it's one big loop. Are we gonna have water stations like out on the course, or where they're gonna be at?
Yeah. So, for the pandemic races, we've been really trying to not provide the hydration for folks for safety reasons. We will have a water station that's going to be at the start line for the 10K participants and the challenge participants who come back to do their loop and restart again. But again, I highly encourage you to just carry your own water and nutrition. If you need to pit stop and get some water from us, that's fine. But the more contactless event we can provide for you, the better.
Are dogs allowed?
No, not for this event. The Riveter has rules on dogs, and just because of the nature of it and being open to traffic, dogs are not allowed at this event.
Okay. How about strollers?
Well, Allison can answer this better than me, but strollers, no, we are saying that they're not recommended for this one just because of the terrain. Again, it being open to traffic and the nature of the course.
Yeah, I run with my 1-year-old in our jogging stroller all the time, and I've been out on these roads and they're definitely not built for strollers unless you want to catch a tire and your kid go flying into a cornfield. It's probably not ideal.
Agreed.
Well, that makes sense. All right. So runners can do the 5K course, the 10K, which is 2 loops on the 5K course. And then they can choose the challenge, which is 3 laps on that same 5K course. Are there places along the route where spectators can cheer people on?
Yes, there is one cheer zone, and that is on the course. It's by Gaia Herbs, GAIA, if you want to look it up online. You can also find it on our course map as well. And there's lots of parking there. And so you can park and hang out in that area and the runners will pass by that spot. We encourage costumes and fun signs and lots of great energy, and of course your ugly sweaters. We will have a professional photographer, Bren Photography, at the event, so there'll be plenty of photo ops. And the other thing to mention about spectators too is you are required to social distance if you're coming to spectate, and wear a face covering as well.
Gotcha. So, what other rules does the race have?
Yeah, so I mentioned already the COVID rules. And, the other thing is we really want people to come out with a good attitude, positivity, and be ready to have fun. We've seen that a lot more regularly at our events this summer. I think people are just so grateful to be able to race, but we really want that to carry over into the event. So come with a good attitude, get ready to have fun. And be courteous and kind to each other and professional. There's going to be a lot going on. And so just the more laid back and courteous you can be to each other, everybody will have just a better experience. No rollerblades are allowed. Sorry,
What?
guys.
Daphne.
I know.
Oh, man. I'm faster in my rollerblades though.
Much faster.
Yeah, no rollerblades, scooters. Yeah, none of those things that will give you an advantage. Sorry. And runners are going to be running facing traffic on the paved sections of the course. You can check that out in the course preview video too. I explained that a little bit more. I do expect little traffic on the rural roads, but they're open to traffic. So no running in the middle of the road. If you're going to pass somebody, pass them quick and then get back over to the left. And of course, be courteous to the other foot traffic that's on the course. And, people are going to be coming on and off the course at all different times because of the nature of the course itself, it being a lap course, as well as the rolling starts.
All right, so you finish your run and you head over to the Usual Suspects Sandwich food truck. I love that name, by the way, Usual Suspects Sandwich. Can't wait to try those guys. Or breakfast, I guess, whether you've had breakfast or not. And then check out the Riveter. What all is there to do at the Riveter?
Yeah, so there's also going to be a coffee truck. Bare Bones Brew Hall will be there serving coffee and hot chocolate, hot drinks. So
I love those guys.
Can't wait.
Yes. And there's plenty of stuff to do at the Riveter. Like we mentioned, it's a brand new modern fitness facility. And inside the facility, it's really open with tall ceilings and massive rooms indoors. Masks are required, but there's lots of places to just, socially distance and be separated. The Riveter will begin beer service, and I hear they're going to have some special Christmas themed beers on tap from local breweries. Hopefully we'll know what those are soon so we can let you know. But they have a libation station at 11 o'clock that will be open. They also have some other drinks there too that are non-alcohol drinks. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then the climbing gym and the bike park, they both open at noon. And those are both awesome to check out. And they are also offering a discounted bike pass to runners who sign up. So, bring your friend, bring a family member, check it out. There's also a yoga class that's going to happen at noon that we mentioned. And you can go to the Riveter's website, which is riveternc.com, to see all they have to offer. So you can plan your entire race day experience and better see what they have happening.
Yeah, when we went and saw the park a couple weeks ago, it's amazing. It's got so much to offer, and one of the coolest features of it is the bike park. And it's cool because it's under a covering and it goes out into a bigger park area, and it looks super intense and technical, and like I would fall off my bike doing it. But is it for everyone, or is it like for the professionals?
Well, according to the website, they have all these different lines, so there's something for every level.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
it's really cool. Maybe we should try it.
Well,
Yeah.
Stephanie, when you do, please clock out.
Oh.
Just insurance, the workman's comp. No, I'm just kidding. They do have various lines at the bike park. That's what they call it, lines.
Oh,
So even if you don't have a BMX or a fancy trick style bike, there are lines that you can do on a mountain bike. So I'm actually excited to go out and check it out myself.
mhm.
That's awesome. I am looking forward to the videos of that. Um, so, is this the first running event that's been held at the Riveter, or do they do them often?
Yeah, it is. We are all about making history and we're loving it. We're so excited to be able to do this the first time there at the Riveter. It's the inaugural first ever running event there. And as far as I know, the first ever ugly sweater run ever for our community.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that is really cool. So, when people finish the race, do they get a medal?
Yes, they sure do. We're excited to be able to give out our upcycled finisher medals. They're custom made for this event and for our participants. And so all the finishers, when they get done and cross the finish line, they can go pick theirs up on the medal stand. And we will have the finish times online at iDaph.net. So folks can finish, they can hang out at the Riveter, get food, go get a massage, do yoga, go to the bike park, whatever. And they can check online for their finish times. But remember, since it's a rolling start, your placement could very well change from when you finish to when the race actually gets done. So you might have to keep checking that. But we won't have a place on site for you to check your times. So, have your phone handy so that you can do that. We'll update that periodically throughout the morning and in the afternoon as well after the race is done.
Yeah, and as far as the award ceremony, people don't really have to stick around if they don't want to after they're done running. And like you said, the results will be listed online, and we are going to have like a virtual award ceremony online via Zoom, and we'll send out that information to everyone in an email after the event. But do stick around because the Riveter is really cool. And then also about the virtual award ceremony, those will also be online on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you can't make the time that we're going to give you in that email, then you can always watch it later.
Great. We always love when people join our award ceremonies, so we're not the only ones there. We get to see
Yeah.
their faces when we get to say their names and award them their prize. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. But what else do we need to know, Daphne? Is there anything else?
Yeah, so it looks like, good problem to have for us, but the race is filling up. So not good if you are a procrastinator and have not signed up yet. So we do expect the races to sell out. We do have limited numbers because of COVID. So if you're not able to get in before it fills up, or you're just not comfortable participating in a live in-person event yet because of the pandemic, or you're from out of town, there's still opportunity to be part of this event virtually. And, you can get the ugly sweater t-shirt and the finisher medal. So you can still be part of the Christmas fun. So you can submit your time online after you're finished, and you just need to do either the full 5K or the 10K distance. And just submit those things, I believe, by the weekend, Sunday, maybe at midnight, to be counted into the prizes. So they are actually eligible for virtual prizes as well. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And a portion of the proceeds will go to iDream Athletes Foundation. That is our nonprofit that we have built over the last few years that provides opportunities for our community to do training together in a group style format. We have had to cancel most of those activities due to the pandemic, but we're excited to be able to start those again after things ease up and we find a vaccine or whatever it takes for the pandemic. so that we can get that rolling again. We also provide scholarships for folks in our community that, maybe needs a bike or new running shoes, or has an opportunity to participate in a dream event but doesn't have the means to get there. We also provide assistance for those folks. So if you know of someone or you yourself are in need, let us know. We do have some funds in that account. And so when you donate, that's what it goes towards.
That's so great. We love our iDream Foundation athletes. It's fun to see people grow and get involved in the sport. But I want to talk a little bit now about switching gears, how it's holidays. And I'm always looking for good gift ideas and thoughtful gift ideas for friends and families. But our Run Local merchandise we've just come out with a bunch in 2020 to support your local running community. We have tanks and tees, a hoodie, and now a new beanie. And we have a brand new shirt coming out in 2021. But they would be awesome gifts for your friends and family. And so check those out on Race Roster and see if you want to purchase one of those to support your local community.
Yeah, great point, Allison. They do make great gifts. Also, just want to add that race entries themselves make fantastic gifts for your running friends and family members, especially those folks who are hard to buy for. You're just like, I don't know what to get them, but they are a runner or a cyclist, or they like multi-sport events. We have all of those events throughout the year. And so, it's really easy to buy an event as a gift if you're already registered for that particular event. There's always a gift option to do that, or you can buy a gift certificate, and we'll have a link to the iDaph store on our website and social media in the next day or so that you can go online there and you could actually buy a gift certificate, and then it could be used for any of our iDaph owned event registrations and our merchandise, the Run Local stuff too. So that's a great gift idea for people who are outdoor enthusiasts.
I just have to say, I have asked for race entries before for Christmas. I don't want to pay for another race, but it's a great gift. It's something that you can always give your runner family member.
Right.
Your crazy runner family member.
Yeah. And the thing about a gift certificate is we have so many events and different style events. We have road and off-road and bike and run and, triathlon. And so it really fits the bill for pretty much any type of outdoor athlete. And so you buy a gift certificate and they can just, use it on whatever one they want to, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are great gift ideas. And I love our Run Local swag. Just perfect gift for the runner in your life. And I also want to point out, during this pandemic, it is super important to support local small business right now. I love Amazon. We all love Amazon. But supporting local business right now is just really important, more important than ever. And so whether it's our small business or another one, we just want to encourage people to focus on that this holiday. All right, so I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening and being a part of our local events and supporting our small business so we can continue to bring these events to you.
Yes, thank you, everybody. And we'll see you all on Saturday, December the 5th.
Can't wait to see ya.